Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, we have tips on how you can stay safe on the road around school zones.
Then a learning center for special needs students reaches a milestone.
Plus, we'll tell you which new restaurant is offering ramen in a convenient way.
And students from 7 different countries are ready to start the new school year at Torrance High.
These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. The South Coast Air Quality Management District narrowed down proposed projects that would benefit residents of the city of Torrance and around the South Bay. Recently, the SCAQMD staff hosted a community meeting to collect input and ideas regarding the use of money received through a settlement agreement with ExxonMobil. Project ideas range from infrastructure improvements, community safety, education, emergency preparedness were a few brought to the table, but the board says the majority of suggestions focused on 2 main types of projects: the monitoring and integrated alarm and notification systems. They considered all the comments and ideas made during the meeting and decided that projects may include, but are not limited to, those of air quality monitoring, air quality emergency preparedness, improvement in siren, alarm, and multimedia public notification systems, as well as other infrastructure improvements. Now the proposals would be evaluated by a panel of 3 to 5 SCAQMD staff members. The panel will then make a recommendation to the board for a final selection of projects and contractors. The funding for these projects totals nearly $3 million.
A local emergency medical services team is recognized for their hard work. The Torrance Fire Department Rescue 91 made the top 25 busiest EMS in the nation list. They were ranked recently at 12th place by the Firehouse magazine. The Firehouse magazine is mainly subscribed by fire personnel. It offers them a source for breaking news, podcasts, and information on training, technical rescue, and much more.
A highly anticipated event at Torrance Beach is now canceled. The 2016 Los Angeles Triathlon at Torrance Beach will no longer happen. Officials recently announced multiple street closures, which will now be open to traffic as usual on September 11th. The sudden cancellation is because contractual payments to the city of Torrance were not met in time. Pacific Sports LLC says registered runners can receive a full refund by emailing LA Triathlon at pacificsportsllc.com.
A highly anticipated pastime will soon be available to Torrance residents. Construction recently started for the 3 regulation-sized bocce courts at Columbia Park. Public Works crews demolished the area and prepped it for further work. Bocce is a European game that was first played in Italy. It's similar to lawn bowling and is played on a long rectangular court. Now, the project came about after bocce enthusiasts approached the city about having a place in Torrance where they can play. Jason Minter from the Community Services Department says the bocce courts will also be used by the Torrance Friends of Exceptional Athletes on a drop-in basis. The organization is a nonprofit and was formed to support various sports programs for people with intellectual disabilities who live across the South Bay.
As Torrance students head back to school, the Torrance Police Department wants motorists and pedestrians to be extra cautious around school campuses. Torrance police say drivers should follow the speed limit and slow down around school zones. Keep an eye out for stop signs and watch for pedestrians. Officials say expect the unexpected. Pay attention to no parking signs, red zones, fire hydrants, and avoid blocking or stopping in handicapped spaces, crosswalks, and double parking. When a school bus is present with red flashing lights, motorists should stop until the lights are done flashing before driving past the school bus. Pedestrians should also be extra mindful this week as school resumes for the district. Always walk on the sidewalk, and if there isn't one, walk facing traffic. Cross only at the corner or a street or at a marked crosswalk. Look both ways and try to make eye contact with drivers. Walking in groups is another way you can stay safe. Torrance officials say to be seen, be aware, and be predictable at all times. A walk of hope and fight against what many times can be a deadly disease is around the corner. Making Strides Against Breast Cancer of Torrance and South Bay will be having their annual walk on Sunday, September 25th at Wilson Park. The funds raised during the walk will go towards breast cancer research, life-saving education, and critical patient services. So far, 38 teams and 224 participants have raised a little over $14,000. Last year, 600 participants took part and over $55,000 was raised. The Making Strides Against Breast Cancer support coordinator says they are always looking for volunteers, especially for the walk events. To participate, you can visit makingstrideswalk.org/Torrance.
Interested in learning a second language? Well, a local school in Torrance is still taking enrollments. Torrance Chinese School, which takes place at West High School, is looking for more students for the 2016-17 school year. They offer conversational as well as simplified and traditional Chinese language classes. Founded in 1989, the school is one of the largest in Southern California. TCS is a California registered nonprofit organization with its goals of promoting the Chinese language and culture across Los Angeles County. Now, they are offered every Saturday between 9 a.m. to noon for 30 weeks. For more information on registration and cost of classes, you can head to torrancecs.com.
Well, still ahead, tips on how to be more business savvy. We'll take you to this unique event.
Plus, a new ramen restaurant comes to Torrance, making meal times that much more convenient. We'll tell you why.
I see my friends out there getting waves and talking about them, and I know exactly what they're doing and what they're feeling and everything. It's like, it's hard. I was diagnosed when I was 57. It was a surprise to me when they told me I had MS. It's like, you sure?
Well, the idea is this is a 360-degree virtual reality camera rig. Steve hasn't been able to ride a wave in way too many years, so now I'm going to ride a wave and we get to share it with him. Well, we're going to do something.
Just put that on your head.
Whoa.
Oh, this is unreal. Coming up, coming up, coming up. Boom. Nice. Nice. This is fantastic.
Yeah, let me set it up and you get another
Set it up.
ride.
Let's do that again.
A recent business expo gave locals a chance to learn about how to be more successful. The Board of Equalization, along with sponsors like the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce, put on a free business resource seminar and expo. People had the chance to sit in on the business seminars that had to do with finance and teaching them how to make a small business successful. The main focus was to assist small business owners. Some seminars had to do with forms of ownership and business planning and development. The event was co-hosted by State Senator Isidore Hall, Assemblyman David Hadley, and the City of Torrance, to name a few. There were an estimated 150 people in attendance. The Board of Equalization is a public agency that is in charge of tax administration and fee collection in the state of California.
A one-of-a-kind educational center is celebrating 50 years of serving children with special needs. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Hibba Samad has this story.
We're all very proud that we've been able to contribute to the South Bay community for 50 years.
For Executive Director Dr. Rebecca Fu, it's been a journey of growth as she's seen the Switzer Learning Center transform, meeting the needs of thousands of students since opening their doors 50 years ago.
I actually designed and built this new facility for us that we moved to in 2005 that allowed us to expand our programs and increase the number of students that we're able to serve.
As the Switzer Learning Center reaches its half-century milestone, Fu says there are many reasons the center has seen success. One has been their efforts to keep classroom sizes small.
In our Spectrum program, we have no more than 8 kids in the classroom because they have moderate to severe autism. Some of the students are non-verbal. Some of them need help with toileting and just basic, independent living functional skills that they need for just basic survival. So it's very labor intensive.
Co-founded by Dr. Janet Switzer and Judy Bork in 1966, the school was moved to Torrance in 1972, helping students from 3rd grade up to young adulthood. But each student has their own story to tell, as they have faced many failures.
It's extremely rewarding to have our students who have been rejected at other schools by families, foster and group homes, to have them come here and feel comfortable.
The center works with 12 public school districts, reaching students from as far as the valley to locally here in Torrance. Programs range from helping vulnerable children facing serious learning delays to behavioral issues to developmental disabilities and health impairments.
About 35 to 40% of our students at any one time are also in foster homes, group homes, or in kinship care. So often there's, low socioeconomic issues that are going on that makes it be difficult for them to have some of the experiences that a lot of people take for granted.
And along the way, giving them hope and a chance at leading a normal life.
And they will say, if it wasn't for you, I'd be dead, I'd be in jail, I'd be addicted to some substance that is, not something that we want our children to be involved with. And it's frequent that students will say, I'm the first person in my family ever to graduate from high school.
Besides earning a high school diploma, many in the self-advocacy and independent living transition program get a chance to work in the real world.
We try and give them the strength and the confidence.
But there are still many goals the team at the Switzer Learning Center plans to achieve.
There is an urgent need for additional programs for them, especially as so many of them are aging out of the school system. And I would love to be able to start an after-school program.
Principal Len Hernandez says he would like to bring more elementary and middle school classes to the campus.
We'd like to add another classroom that has students that are kind of in between an autistic class and our regular ed type class.
And with every new school year, students are beating the odds and continuing on to their life journey.
We've accomplished a lot, and we're very proud of being able to hopefully contribute for another 50 years.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Hiba Samad.
Thanks, Hiba. Switzer is a nonprofit, non-public special education school. If you would like to donate, you can go to switzerlearningcenter.org.
And another nonprofit is celebrating its birthday in Torrance. The Pediatric Therapy Network is dedicated to providing quality services for children with special needs and offers physical, occupational, and speed language therapies for the past 20 years. It was founded in 1996 and helps nearly 2,500 children in a year. Most recently, the network hosted its annual Camp Escapades, offering children an opportunity to experience a traditional summer camp experience. For more information about their center, you can head to pediatrictherapynetwork.org.
A one-of-a-kind stadium is in full action at El Camino College.
2, 1.
The brand new $48 million facility will cater to the college's athletic programs for both men and women. The original stadium was built in 1949 and is named after ECC's founding president, Forrest G. Murdoch. The stadium seats nearly 8,000 people, has synthetic turf fields for both football and soccer, modern locker rooms, equipment rooms, and a college-level 9-lane running track, accommodating various other track and field sports. Now, the complex is also eco-friendly with drought-tolerant plants and uses reclaimed water.
It's very exciting because I think it represents the future for students that have the athletics as part of their background.
If you build it, they will come. Not only to have a strong athletic program, but all the things that surrounds a good athletic program, which means, the business of sports.
The project took more than 2.5 years to build and was funded thanks to a bond measure. Many college officials say they hope the new stadium will also attract potential future athletes to their campus. The ramen scene continues to grow here in Torrance, and the latest restaurant slated to open later this year is sure to be a unique experience. Shinsengumi Ramen announced that it will open a drive-through restaurant in Torrance on the corner of Western Avenue and 182nd Street. It will be located in the Torrance Western Shopping Center, and they are known for their Hakata ramen and bento boxes. The Japanese cuisine prides itself on being open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They now have 16 different locations throughout California and Japan. The restaurant hopes to open by the end of the year.
A program aimed to help international students get an opportunity to study here in America is growing. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Tao Ta was at Torrance High for their orientation.
Rock, paper, scissors, go! Go, 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 go!
With the gym bustling with excitement among these Torrance High students and administrators are a very special group of students. This year, Torrance High School will be hosting 15 international students for their one-year education program. Orientation started off with 2 games in the gym as 15 visiting students familiarized themselves with the campus. The students are part of a special program certified by Homeland Security.
It's not a cultural exchange, it is an academic visa. So they can come here and study at a public high school for 1 year, they can study at a private school through all of their high school years, or they can use that same visa to go to a college or university or other trade and technical school that happens to be certified with Homeland Security.
And with students from all around the world representing 7 different countries, this year's group marks the largest one yet.
The first time we ever had students come was in 2012. We started with just a couple, literally 2 students maybe a year until last year.
I love learning cultures, I love traveling to other countries, and I'm so happy about this. I can be here and I can learn something about American school, American culture.
This opportunity is rare. Torrance is the only district in the South Bay certified through Homeland Security to provide the program because of their well-developed English program. Students stay for 1 full calendar year and cover all of the expenses of attending a public school in the United States. Second-year Mark Sabota says he's grateful for this opportunity.
I'm looking forward to experiencing more, well, actually the school, because I've never been to actual high school or anything like that, so I'm looking forward to that.
At the end of this school year, Torrance High anticipates that 6 out of the 15 students will proudly accept their diploma as the class of 2017. Research has shown that attending high school in the States can help international students to be more prepared socially and academically for United States colleges. For Sabota, it's a chance of a lifetime.
I think it's amazing to just bring people from over the world together and to experience the different cultures and all other stuff around it, because we only most people only read about it in textbooks and just learn it in school, but to actually experience it, it's different.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Tao Tao.
Thanks, Tao. This year, the students represent countries from Italy, Norway, Brazil, Poland, Denmark, Czech Republic, and China.
A Japanese automaker is recalling thousands of units because of dangerous failures. According to Mazda, the recall targets the airbag control unit's power supply, which could fail because of an insufficient protective coating. The automaker says moisture can get in and cause it to malfunction. The scenario will increase the risk of injury in a crash since the airbag may not deploy during an accident. Affected vehicles include Mazda 6 sedan, which were manufactured between February 2008 through December 2009. Mazda says the issue was made over time. The company is looking to send out notifications very soon. You can contact Mazda customer service at 800-222-5500.
Well, still ahead, we have some upcoming events taking place this month.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
These are individuals, these are people, these are children, these are families, they're real. And so, and by you coming out and supporting them, it says that we care. We have an ongoing need for foster homes because these are children who are coming into the system every month. And unless we have the homes to place them in, we have children who are sitting at our Welcome Center.
When I was asked if I wanted to be involved in this again, I certainly stepped right forward and said yes. If we have foster care or adoptive homes in our community, that means they can be taken from their home and placed with somebody in the same area, go to the same school, and it's almost seamless. And that's an important thing in the life of a child.
Welcome back. Before we go, we have some upcoming events. On Sunday, September 11th, you can visit Kei Minamoto at the Del Amo Fashion Center for their first tea ceremony from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. You will have the chance to taste many different flavors. And the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce is hosting the Art of Business event called Turning Your Wishes into Reality. They will give tips on how to achieve your business dream. It will take place on September 15th at noon until 1:30 p.m. at the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce building. Don't forget that they moved to a new location in the SoCal Rock building. Plus, the Henderson Library is hosting a solar power workshop on September 15th at 4 p.m. People will have the opportunity to build their own solar-powered project in this hands-on workshop. It is free to attend. Sports anchor and producer Byron Newsom has more on the latest in the sports world.
That's right, Byron. What do you have for us?
Hey, Jen and Ben, coming up on the sports desk. Local high school teams try to put a big fat dub in the win column as the 2016 football season takes off. Plus, the El Camino Warriors start a new era, open a new stadium, and try to start a new tradition. Find out what's going on at 16007 Crenshaw Boulevard. Tune into the sports desk at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on CitiCABLE. Jen and Ben, back to you.
Byron, sure like your energy. That does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday night on Newsbreak Live with Hiba Summit at 5 p.m. to get your breaking news in Torrance. Thanks so much for joining us here on This Week in Torrance. We'll see you next time.